Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video I'll be doing my AFL fantasy review of the Melbourne versus Sydney game, and yeah, we'll go through how I guess Melbourne ran away with this game, and how Swans basically got beat up through the middle of the park, and their key position players just being a little young and inexperienced and not being able to kick straight really, I guess, cost them in the end. So before we get into it, remember to like and subscribe and turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, as it's not a set and forget structure upload schedule at the moment due to other things in my life, and yeah, they're coming out at not a consistent time at the moment. So if you turn the notification bell on, you'll know when they come out. So now let's get into the review. And yeah, Oliver did what Oliver does best, basically. He didn't have the big game that I think everyone was sort of expecting him to have. A 111 didn't beat, luckily for me, didn't beat Petrarca by many. And yeah, he didn't do too well. He obviously beat his break even, but didn't go up too much in price, and I think he's just going to be that type of Rory Leg guy that's going to be really hard to get up to, but a guy that you sort of need to get up to. Brody Gundy had a really good game. He was sitting on 93 at 3/4 time, and then sort of just didn't do anything in the fourth quarter as he wasn't really needed. Petrarca had a really good first and third quarter and pretty good last, but I mean, pretty consistent. I just wish he had that extra 5-10 points in him to get up to that 110. But we'll see in the next couple of weeks. It's not a guy that I'm too worried about. There's so many other pressing issues that I have in the team. And then you have Jordan here, who had a really good first and last quarter. I don't know what to make of this because, you know, with him having only played his first game of the year, it's quite hard to make an estimate on what he's going to actually average. But if he keeps if he probably puts up 4 or so 90s in a row, then I think it might be an option. But he needs to sort of have more volatility than a plus 17 on his break even. Langdon, again, 81, so an alright score. Really fell away in the second and third quarter. May had an alright game. I thought he's obviously, with the likes of Buddy, going to give away quite a few free kicks and get a couple of free kicks in himself. Like he gave away one? Did he only give one free kick away? That's surprising. I thought he gave away 3 or so, because yeah, he just he gets away with a lot of, or he does involve himself a lot in the back and just like high contact and stuff like that. He's the type of player that's he's gonna throw his weight around. So I mean, he is gonna give away free kicks, and that's probably why he's not a good fantasy scorer, even though he does have the distribution role. Lockie Hunter finally had a bad game, and it was just on the basis of the second half. So, I mean, if you look at what's their schedule now, looking at fixtures list, they got Eagles, Bombers, Richmond. They have a really good run, so maybe you look at trying getting in one of them. And yeah, we'll see, but I don't know what you guys will go for, but I think getting in a youngster from Melbourne is probably a good choice at this point. Then we go on to Rivers. Had a really low break even and smoked his break even, so that was really good for the low amount of people that own him. I mean, if we look at Rivers here, here he is, 547k and averaging 79 with a 94, 68 and a 78, 65 and a 78. Yeah, he's just not. He probably was an alright starter, but just not now when you're trying to get those guys that are averaging 100 at those mid-prices positions. Van Rooyen, one of my mates, went for him and yeah, had a huge last quarter, kicking 2 goals in it, and yeah, just a good player. And I don't think he will get the dual position, but I think he's definitely a guy that they can just roll in the forward line, and I think he's going to be a guy that can easily get up to 400k. And if I didn't have other positions that I need to fix up very, very quickly, he would be in the team, but I just can't get him in the team at the moment. Then you got Brayshaw here, just not getting the role that I don't think we wanted from him. And then Chandler doing what he does best, basically. 87, he beat his break-even by and went up in the end by 65k. So huge price increase, and ended up going up to 393. So hopefully another, I don't know what his break-even this week is. AFL break-evens. Let me check what his is. Chandler's is -3. So if he gets another 60, he'll go up to like 420, 430k. And I just think he keeps his spot. Honestly, with the way he's playing at the moment, I don't see there's not much you can argue with him being not keeping his spot. Like, he's looked really good. He chipped in with 3 goals or something like that in the game. And yeah, just looks really good. Yeah, 3 goals here. And he just is a good runner for them. Viney not getting the scores that we want out of him. He's looked pretty bad this year. And then, yeah, nothing else really to talk about. And then the Swans, and basically it was just, fantasy-wise, terrible. On the field, it was terrible, you know. Mills did all right, getting 95 somehow. Lloyd, 81, returned back to his usual self. Like, he runs the ball out 20 metres and then kicks it 35, 40 metres, and he just kicked it straight to Grundy so many times, or a tall forward, and it was just no use. Laddams somehow scored 77, but I just don't like him in the ruck as a Swans fan. Florent, 76. He did all right, but, you know, a lot of his possessions were just trying to clean up the mess. Blakey didn't really give us much, I guess, run out of halfback when it was probably needed. But, you know, just won a bad game. And then Gordon didn't hit his break even. And, yeah, he was on 44 at half and then just didn't do much in the second half. But, I mean, no one else did anything, really. McDonald, again, tried to be big, but ended up kicking, 1 goal 2 or something like that. He was better than Amadi, but he wasn't better than any of the other guys. Parker tried to be, I guess, Parker and just be around the ball, but just couldn't get anything going. Campbell looked alright for what he did, but, you know, he just couldn't get it out of the defense. And then Amadi just couldn't kick straight, which didn't help. Franklin, I think he went probably evens with May. He usually gets beaten by May, but I thought he actually had the rubber over him in the first half, but then in the second half he didn't. He kicked, 2 behinds in the second half, and yeah, just didn't do anything in the fourth quarter. Then you got McCartan, Warner, Rampy, Papley, Rowbottom. Rowbottom's having a shocking year, but maybe he gets his price just tanks down and we can see him increase in value. I guess he has an upturn or something because, you know, he's not having the best couple rounds. And then Heaney just had a shocking game for the second week in a row, really. So for anyone who picked up him, his price is now at let me see, 600 odd? 689. So I think maybe Heaney's the type of guy that we can get in around round 10 or 11, and he'll be, honestly, with the way he's playing, what's his break even? His break-even's 131. He's not going to hit that again. He might drop another 80, 90k. And then slowly we can see his form turn around and we can get him at like 500k, 600k. But, yeah. He's not valued at what was he priced at? Like 900k to start the year? Not 900k, sorry. 800k or so to start the year, I think he was priced at. 98k drop. So, yeah, 780k that he was priced at. Just not worth it. And I'm wondering if we look at the sides, whether you'll see some changes from the Swans. Like to see we'll probably see Amadi drop down to the VFL, and we'll probably see maybe McLean come back up. But, you know, Amadi just didn't look good in front of goal or anything. So, yeah, that's the review of the Melbourne versus Sydney game. And yeah, I'll see you guys in another video. Thanks, guys. Goodbye.